Sometimes the difference between success and failure in putting together a successful investor presentation is really not about the presentation slides at all. It's really about the delivery. You can spend countless hours putting together slides that have perfect words and perfect graphics, but if your presentation delivery isn't allowing that message to get across to the audience, then it's all for naught. So how do we make sure that we have an effective delivery? Well, first, speak with clarity and confidence. And how do we do that? First of all, remember what your mother told you many, many years ago. Stand up straight. Nothing says lack of confidence like a slouching speaker. So remember to sit up straight. Second, keep your hands in mind. You want to keep a nice fluid motion with your hands. A lot of speakers aren't sure what to do with their hands, and they keep them by their side, and they end up very, very stiff. And remember not to fiddle with your wedding ring or your pens or keys. That can be very distracting for speakers. Next, your eyes. Remember to keep eye contact on your audience. That eye contact keeps them involved in the conversation. If you aren't making eye contact with them, they're probably making eye contact with their BlackBerry. So make sure you have eye contact. Now, how do you do that? Think of your presentation not as one conversation with the whole audience, but many, many conversations with each individual in the audience. Instead of scanning the room and not really looking at anyone individually or looking at a spot at the back of the room, when you scan the room, look at each individual and make sure you're having an individual conversation with that person as you look around the room. That way you involve them in the conversation and they're involved in the presentation. Next, think about your tone and the conversation you're having. Don't think of yourself as a United States president or a great orator trying to give a speech. Think of it as a conversation. That way you build your credibility and rapport with the audience, and it sounds more natural. So keep that in mind. And the most important thing is to practice. Great speeches don't come overnight. They take hours and hours of work to perfect. So when you're delivering an important speech and presentation, make sure that you've practiced well.